Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today I'm going to be doing my second half of my What Solds, but it's for the weekend that we actually left on vacation, which was December 22nd through the 24th. I had turned off all the other platforms and my eBay was on extended handling. Because of the two holidays, I actually only had to put extended handling of 5 days. And then starting that Tuesday after Christmas, then I started daily taking my handling down to 4, 3, 2, 1. So, and then that Friday, I turned all of my platforms back on. So that was just how I worked it all out. Funny story, y'all. The international shipping. I don't like when it says ship now and it never really shows you the adjusted handling on your listings. And I think I had an issue with one of them last December when we were on vacation. Luckily, I always have kids here and my son was able to pull one of them and ship it. But a couple of days before we got back, I got a phone call from eBay and it was the actual international shipping representative and asking why I had pulled out of the program because I turned off the eBay international shipping because I don't want any issues while I'm on vacation. And they were asking me why, and I explained to it, and she assured me and sent me a message saying that they have to honor our handling time, but why can't they say ship like all the others? Why does it always have to say ship now? But I did turn all of that back on after I had spoke with her and I didn't have any issues. But yeah, funny to get a phone call from eBay. So before I get started too, y'all, I gotta show you. I had all these on my Christmas tree, but I took them all off. I ain't put my tree away yet, but look, these are all my Fisher-Price little people miniature ornaments. I've collected for years. But this right here is my newest one. Look, and it's not attached to anything, but it has the little airplane with it. So every year, I actually ended up ordering this from Hallmark.com. So, every year they come out with new ornaments, but I really like the little people ones. I've got others, and I think a lot of these make sounds. I just don't have batteries in them. I don't want the batteries corroding. But I'm just thrilled with this. But I think I need a bigger tree because there's no more branches and they're like hanging low and everything. But just thought I'd share. That's like one of my favorite things. All right. Robert says I need to be better with my commercials, but y'all, if you've not subscribed to my channel and this type of content interests you, please do like, subscribe, hit the bell, make comments or emojis. It just all helps me in the algorithm of YouTube. So if you haven't, please do. Now let's get going. No other platforms because they were all on vacation. Now I did end up Saturday overnight before we drove Saturday all day to Missouri, but before we had left that morning, I had made a very large sale, which you'll see at the end of the video. So I decided to go ahead and get it shipped. So my son went ahead and took them to our post office. Our post office is only open 2 hours on Saturday from like 9:30 to 11:30. So he went ahead and dropped off the last. So I think in our previous videos, we said we made 184 sales in 11 days when it was actually 10 days because I did ship all the Friday sales before we left. So first sale here is still a lot of bread and butter. Pony Surprise, a pink and purple plush. These sold for $8. This is Rush Shining Star. I like to pick them up, but most of them are bread and butter. This one actually still had the little code attached to it. Sold for $8.96. I think I picked up 2 on this last trip because I planned on putting them together. This was a multi-quantity order. This person bought the Hallmark white dog plush and then the lion plush. They look very similar to the Rodney reindeer. These are just the little 4-inch long bodies from the 80s. These two sold for $15. LL Bean women's jeans sold for $19.18. Jellycat. Most Jellycat, y'all, are not worth huge dollars, but I still love picking them up. This was Marty the Moose, sold for $13.45. Green toys. I pick them up occasionally when I'm doing bulk buys, but for the most part, I probably will not pick them up anymore just because they end up being heavier. They need to be shipped priority. But this was a train with a car, sold for $8.02. Mud Pie, a lot of loveys are in that brand. This was a little cute gray elephant plush, sold for $12.07. Best Made Toys, I like that brand. It's kind of comparable to me as far as quality, like Kelly Toy. This was a large 35-inch hanging monkey, sold for $17.95. Wildlife Artists, this is from the Bass Pro Shops. I'm not sure, I know it. This must have been listed a while because I always say make sure that you put the dates. I don't see the date listed on this one, but it sold for $12.07. Levi's 550 women's jeans, $22.68. Vintage Indians Canoe Salt and Pepper Shaker. I remember picking this up, I think when we were down visiting with Tim and Jerry, who are the TN pickers. Probably paid $1 or $2 for this. Sold for $15, best offer. Y'all, popcorn poppers. I have found several that I have done really well with. Not all of them are, but I swear the vintage ones, definitely check the comps. I think the added bonus with this one is that it had its original instructions. But it is Regal Wear, and on the side it said Corny Creations. It took a while to sell, but Christmas it sold for $35.91. Joy Bright poinsettia lights sold for $20.17. Barrington Baby, I like that brand, nice quality. This was just a pink puppy dog, sold for $10.49. Cassettes, I don't pick them up very often. I think I may have picked this up when I was doing one of Bolo Buddy's little bingo games or whatever. I don't remember, but it still sold for $6.40. Gund posable giraffe, 15-inch, sold for $8. I was all about taking reasonable offers, y'all. Get the inventory moving. Precious Moments, I love them. They are mostly bread and butter. I think I picked up a couple more of them on this trip. This little gray goat sold for $8.96. I sold a couple of the Wizard of Oz things that I recently picked up at my favorite little estate sale. This were Dorothy's ruby slippers. I ended up using all kinds of keywords. They were really, really heavy. So I used paperweight, doorstop, and bookend. That was kind of what everybody else was using on the eBay. Sold for $31.45. Corning Visionware frying pan sold for $17.95. This one kind of had the waffle bottom. Let me see. Right here. And it was made in France. So I put both of those keywords in my title. Cross Creek men's golf sweater, $11.89. Also, I should have said this at the beginning of the video. I don't do free shipping, so when I say it sold for that amount, they also paid extra for the shipping. These next 3 screens was a combined order. I'm not sure. Her name is Veronica. So Veronica, if you are a viewer, please let me know, because she has been buying quite a few things for me and I'd like to thank her in my videos. But she bought this Winnie the Pooh Christmas plush for $8.02. And then she bought this Mickey Mouse plush Disney Studios for $8.02. And then she bought these 3 items, a Disney Parks Kermit the Frog, another Mickey Mouse plush, and then a Minnie Mouse plush, and it was a total of $38.49. Jingle Pals, I ended up still having a few that never did sell, and then I had that return, so I have it backlisted again. I picked up a couple of these this past trip. I tend to do, you know, they sell throughout the year, so I continue to pick them up. This was a Mr. and Mrs. Snowman, sold for $20. Processed plastic military tank, sold for $9.50. Mozo work shoes for women, sold for $12. Kelly toy, I think I actually sold like 2 of these in the last month. The 2 that I had listed. It just seems that sometimes that happens. I get interest on one and then the other one sells right after. This was chevron zigzag styles, just keywords I used. Sold for $12.07. Kelly toy again, yellow duck plush, sold for $20.17. I think this shirt got picked up in that bulk buy of all the very cute clothes that I picked up. I ended up keeping quite a few for myself, but it was the one where I picked up the Jenny Kane sweater that paid for everything plus that day. This is a Soma Intimates pajama top. Didn't know that when I picked it up. Sold for $12. Never again. These glass ashtrays. You know, I thought it was going to be something grand, that it was Murano. I could never, you know, attribute it to Murano, so I'm not going to go there. I just don't know enough about glass. Just don't. But this ashtray bowl sold for $17 finally. Animal Adventure, also FTD. Brown Bear plush sold for $17.91. ABC Distributing, 14-inch. I remember ordering stuff from there. Sold for $14.50. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer glass musical figure, sold for $13. Another one of the Wizard of Oz ornaments, sold for $17.95. Dandy Brown Bear Christmas plush from 2015, sold for $16.12. Now this is from the high bid estate sale that we won almost 3 years ago now. It was a Kraft Cheezosaurus Rex dinosaur plush from 1990, sold for $31.51. All right, and then another one, another really great sale, but it took a while to find the right seller. I had lots of offers on this. I just knew it was harder to find, so I stuck to my guns, and it sold for my sale price of $48.52. It is a Manhattan toy rabbit rattle plush. But my best sale, and the one that prompted me to get my orders shipped that Saturday we were leaving, was this. DuckTales, Huey, Dewey, and Louie plush, lot of 3. They're actually supposed to make sounds, but mine did not. They had condition issues. I had seen on WorthPoint, I think that one set of these similar condition had sold for about $110. So taking into consideration I run sales and promoted listings and everything, I bumped my price up to $134.96, and it sold for my full asking price. Thrilling that you know, finally sold to the right buyer at the right time. All right. Good sales considering we were on vacation and everything was extended out 5 days. I think I still had one day while we were on vacation that the sales just were coming in like crazy. I still was able, because I had extended handling and not vacation time, I still was listing every day. I was still doing end and sell similar. I was still running sales, sending offers, accepting offers, counter offering. It's how I do my business model. I know there's some people who claim that in vacation mode you can still do all of those things, but I have found that not to be true in my situation. So that's how we roll here. But it's time to get to work, y'all. Bye.